Okay. Today we're going to look at a sales page. This is not actually my sales page. I just grabbed this from uh, ClickFunnels. This is one of their very well done sales pages. So anyway, first off, I just want to go through what can be done. Knowing what can be done is a huge part of the battle because implementing it, you just Google the technical way to do it, and I'll show you how to do a couple things here today. But first of all, when you look at this video, um, you can actually see if someone clicked on this video. Now, YouTube, it's kind of just built into Tag Manager, so it's much easier. But you can also do it with Vimeo and other video services. You can see how far uh, a user has gone and how many times people have gone that far. You can see if they completed the video. You can link clicks. So you can fire tags every time a link is clicked or only when a specific link is clicked if you want to use that for retargeting or something like that, or just for your own data. You can also do scrolls. So if I go 30% of the way down the page and leave, you can fire that. You could see how much time I'm spending on a particular section. So you could kind of infer if I was actually reading that when I was looking at it. So there's a lot of uh, cool tools. I'm just scanning down to see if there's anything else that pops out to me. But like I said, if this was in view for, say, 10 seconds, you assume that a person's reading it, you could fire a tag off for yourself. Hold on one second. Gotta turn on this fan. A little warm in here. Stuffy, rather. Um, anyway, let's go to Google Tag Manager real quick, and I'll show you how to do some of this stuff. Just a little bit. Yeah, I think that was everything I wanted to mention. All right. Oh, you know what? First, let's actually. So, in lesson one of this series, we actually did. We had created our analytics and stuff. So, what I want to do right now, before we get started, I'm going to go ahead and clean that up. Not necessarily clean it up, but get us set up, rather, in analytics. Okay, so there's no data in here because we just haven't done anything in here yet. But this is best practice right here. What we're about to do. Don't worry about it too much. But basically, what I'm doing is I'm going to set us up with a couple of. Let's see here. Mo reduction. Okay, so I am just making a note for myself. I'm creating a couple of views, which you should do this always. Also, if you don't even understand it yet, just do this anyway. And then I'm going to create 20 test demo account. Right. I'm going to create that view. And then this view, you will never, ever want to touch unless absolutely necessary. Shout out to Chris Mercer for this naming scheme, but basically putting backup DNU for do not use. And again, stealing that from measurementtools.io. So measurementmarketing.io. They're great. So, but anyway, great naming scheme. I am going to go back to our, I kind of put that in the wrong order. I'll just fix it later. Okay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go into Google Tag Manager and we're going to actually make some stuff now that was just to get analytics set up. But since this is a step-by-step guide, I needed to show you that you want to do that. You'll want to set a few different views so that your in case something happens to your data, or when you're trying to filter things in universal analytics, you could mess something up or lose something, and if it's lost forever. So having that backup is very important. Having a test environment is very important, and the reason I named it with 10s and 20s is if you wanted to do an 11, a 12 with like a couple of different variances. But anyway, we'll get into some Google Analytics stuff at a later time for sure. Way deeper on Google Analytics. Okay, so first thing we want to do is how about that link clicks thing? That's pretty simple, and it's very useful. So, all right, so I'm going to send this information to Universal Analytics. I'm going to send that as an event, so it shows up in my event reports. I'm going to say it's a category of click, link click, in the label. So in the label here, I'll show you first, and then I'll show you how we got that. So click URL. I want to see what the URL is that they're clicking to. And see, this variable is already built in there. Bam, it puts it in those brackets. Very nice. And that is going to be the actual click URL. Now I'm going to say, what's the click text? I'm going to pass that through as well. So click text. All right. Non-interaction hit. This is an interaction hit, so I'm going to leave this. It's kind of a double negative, but then I choose my Google Analytics settings that I did earlier. Now I have to trigger it. So all pages, we don't want that. We're going to have to create a new trigger. So this is a good thing to watch anyway. So this is very simple. I'm just going to click down here. I've got all of these types of trigger types that are available to me. See element visibility. That's what I was talking about earlier. Form submission, scroll depth, YouTube video. So it's really just plugged right into that. But anyway, just links. And I want all link clicks. And we are going to just say yes on that. All right. Now we have set up the regular Google Analytics. Event. All link clicks. Let's do that. All right. You can name this whatever you want. Okay. So now that will be picking up. If we wanted to test that, let me just run a test real quick. See if that's firing off. So trying to figure out how to do this with this window the way it is, because I'm only sharing a tab, and I don't want you to get confused at what's going on here. Okay, I'm going to see if this works to move this over to another tab. Okay, so this is connected to the website. So as you can see, these are both firing, and this is just the regular testing that's included with Google Tag Manager. So right here, this is not fired because I haven't clicked on anything yet. I'm going to go over here and click on something and see if it works. Okay. This actually might give me a little trouble because of how we're set up here. Nope, it still works. Okay, so it tells us that it fired. It tells us all this nice little information in here. Okay. It says it is passing in the click URL and the click text. And there is the actual click URL. That's correct. And there's the click text. I needed to space that out so it looks a little better in the thing. So there you go. We're passing that information. We have confirmed that we are passing that information. And I'm going to disconnect this bad boy. All right. All right. I think we should be good to go now. So, as you can see, that would be really useful if, say, you wanted to do some retargeting on some people that might have clicked on any one of these links. So, or say that you wanted to compare how many people were clicking this link versus this link. Just anything. You can glean all. It just depends on what kind of stuff you're trying to glean out of there. Let me close this real quick. It just depends on what you're trying to glean out of your data, but it can be done. So, and like I said, they got timers. Let's do a scroll thing real quick. That'll be fun. So let's go back to Tag Manager. And we'll just do this real quick, real fast. Okay, so I want a new tag. Another Google Analytics tag. This is an event. We're sending these as events. So category, scroll, scroll depth. Say, you know what? If we're trying to count these people, yes, we'll just keep it like this for now. Sorry. Okay. So here, scroll depth threshold. I think that is what we will want. Okay. So, all right. Now we need to add a trigger. All right, scroll depth. Scroll depth. Put the fire on these. I'm going to do it just like it said. Yep. 10, 25, 50, 70. Okay, so this means that if a user goes 10%, 25%, 50% scrolling down the page, then we're going to fire this tag. And all right. Okay, so the scroll depth threshold should bring in. Sorry, I'm starting to play around a little bit. Okay. If you ever mess up on any of this stuff, don't worry. Anybody that does this stuff a lot messes up on it a lot. See, like that. Messing up is part of how you learn. So, all right, let's test this out real quick just for fun. I'm going to try this again. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is I am just trying to get us over here. Okay. Okay, this is already fired 2 times. That's not right. Okay, so this is good that we're all doing this together. So this is saying that it hit 10 already. Okay, let's just mess around real quick. See if this changes. Okay. Okay, so it's pushing a 10, but I want to see. Hmm. Because I'm looking at different ones. Okay, 50. So yeah, I just scrolled down in another page, which I can't open it up in this tab, but I just scrolled down in another page. So it is sending the signals. So this would be all logged in analytics. Let's just go. Well, I'm sorry, this is a preview, so this won't be logged right now. Let's go ahead and stop debugging. Okay. All right. Okay, sorry, this is getting a little ridiculous right now. It's bullshit. All right. So we're going to submit that since we tested it and it worked. Just to keep up with our little project. It clicks and scroll depth. Now, Universal Analytics. So there's another thing that I wanted to just touch base on real quick. In Google Analytics 4, as of this recording, hold on, I'm pulling it up right now so I can show you, not just talk about it. All right, so in Google Analytics 4, it currently does measure scrolling, but it doesn't measure scrolling the way that we just did through Universal Analytics and Tag Manager. So we'll want to have to set that up again, at least as of this recording. So let's go to admin. All right, just waiting for this to load. Okay, so here you can see the right here scrolls. Now, what I don't like about this is, as I said, it says right here, capture scroll events each time a visitor gets to the bottom of a page. I don't want to just know if they're getting to the bottom of a page. It doesn't really tell me anything. If they scroll all the way down to the bottom of a page and just leave, I mean, that wasn't the same kind of engagement as somebody that stayed at, 25% of the page for 30 seconds or 10 seconds or something like that. So I would turn this off and I'll leave everything else on for right now, but we'll come back and we'll keep looking at this stuff. So maybe in the next video, I'll set up scroll events for Google Analytics 4. And I guess that's it for this one. We'll go ahead and stop. So if you need anything, if you have any specific questions, feel free to ask. You can reach me at david@artemisads.com. If you want to join the mailing list, I'm going to put a lot more tips and tools and hacks and tricks and stuff like that in there that I'm not including here. And yeah, have a great week.